Hey folks, welcome back. Doing another one of these streams. As always, we are making historic Brawl decks for a bunch of stuff. Now before we look at the deck real quick, I just want to show you my current list of decks that I have available. Specifically, what I want to point out is these top 4 decks, where you'll notice that I have made Lulu decks for white-black, white-blue, white-red, and finally white-green. Now the white-green list is the one we're actually going to be playing today. But as you might guess from the fact that I actually made like 4 different variants of this deck, and it's the last one that we're playing, Lulu is not a fantastic commander, but more on that as we'll play out the deck, and I'll show you what I actually built out. So first off, here's the actual list. Our commander is Lulu, Forgetful Hollyphant. It's a 2 and a white for a flyer with 1/3, and when it enters the battlefield, you get a boon with when you cast your next creature spell without flying, it perpetually gains flying. If you don't play a lot of Arena, basically that's actually permanent even as it moves between zones. It specializes for 2. The things it specializes into are basically all the same. It's whenever you attack with other creatures that aren't Lulu with flying, do some sort of effect. So for blue, draw cards equal to that number and then discard a card. For black, its opponent loses that much life, you gain that much life. Red, create 1/1 white attacking soldier creatures. Green is other creatures with flying. The other flyers get +2/+2. And white is just when you attack with 1 or more other creatures with flying, you gain twice that much life. So the actual list that we've ended up with here, our goal is a little bit obtuse, but the straightforward version is we're going to try to punch the other person to death. The obtuse part is that we're going to do so by putting perpetual buff spells onto a bunch of other stuff that's just already kind of powerful. So you'll notice that most deck cards in here are either things like Ropeline Attendant that give perpetual effects, or cards like Swords to Plowshares, Patriar's Humiliation, March of Otherworldly Light, Settle the Wreckage, Shadow the Sky, Wrath of God. Basically, it's either standard good stuff that you would play in this color list, sort of regardless of what your goal was, or it's things that will perpetually buff stuff with, Lizelle and stuff like that. But what I will say about this list is relative to the other 3 or 4 lists I've actually made. You can't see it here because I deleted it. I made 2 versions of blue-white because I thought blue-white would work really well for this because, blue-white has a bunch of flyers, and my thought was, hey, we'll build around the blue-white flyer effect, draw a bunch of cards, it'll be cool. What I found is that it doesn't really work out that way. So then I, tried red-white. I was like, all right, red-white's a pretty aggro color. Again, didn't really work out the way I was hoping. So I've effectively given up on using Lulu's specialized ability. And at this point, usually the way I play the deck is I just try to put the flying and the perpetual as an evasion ability onto something else that's kind of big. Let's see what we got in our opening hand. Nothing until turn 3, lots of land, and we're on the play. I'll keep. This isn't terrible. We have all the right colors, so I'm not super worried. If I was more aggressive or more concerned, into Rin and Seri, the correct choice is probably to have gone and dug for a board wipe with my free mulligan, or something like Esper Sentinel, but it's whatever. This may not be the longest stream today either, just because I have... see, there's our board wipe. Easy peasy. Lemony squeezy. Let's play the snow-colored forest now. Because I have some friends that I'm going to be playing some Dota with later, actually. And we have that, so let's do Varis, Ranger Ward... And next turn we'll do Questing Beast. That's not good. Change of plans. I did this in the wrong order. Well, scry 1. Let me see what I can go get. I will leave that there, actually. I will also, next to combat, we'll just go hit for 3. Cabaret Redibles is very good. I've been seeing this. This is probably one of the new gets run in every color spells, especially for red-green. Lion Sash, that's actually pretty bad going to the Consuming Blob. Alright, but we have the... How do I want to do this? I could blow up... do I need more green or more white? Let's get some more white, just because then we'll have 2 sources, even if he removes the tower. And I'm going to go grab... I'm going to play the Questing Beast. Let's do Treasure Token. Giant Killer I can't do much with, so we're just gonna go. We're gonna go face. We still have Settle the Wreckage, but into... Let's see. This is usually a pretty aggro list, so we'll see how well this is going to work out for us. The fact that he's got the Lion Sash, though, out while we have Consuming Blob in hand is a bit bad, mostly because that means Consuming Blob is pretty much worthless. Alright. Is he going to then immediately... Pass. No blocks. Pass. This is kind of the downside, especially so this is a particularly, I would call it a particularly unfortunate matchup effectively for us. Let's try Vorniclex. We'll go grab some more. Each opponent loses one, you gain 1 life. I would say this is probably a very unfortunate matchup just because he has the Graveyard Hate and we don't. So switching over to plan B, which is to just try to smash him in the face as hard as feasibly possible. But that probably means he's sitting on a board wipe. No. Interesting. Is he just thinking he's going to be able to stage a counterattack? Okay, yep, that's a lot of board presence you just pulled out of nowhere there. I still have Trample, though. And if we need to, if he swings in and does this incorrectly, we can always use Giant Killer to do some stuff. Why did that? That's a bug. That is 100% a bug. So he should have gotten a +1 counter on Lion Sash for that. I don't know what to say to that one. I think what I say is full speed ahead. Choo-choo. We'll see how he blocks. Yep. I missed lethal by 1 damage. I suck. Oh, no, I didn't. I did swing with Lulu. Let's see if that's lethal. Next to damage. Hey. So that's basically the plan for this deck is, for lack of a better way of putting it, we put flying perpetually onto a bunch of big, green, chunky lads, and it turns out that when a 6/6 dinosaur soars through the air with the greatest of ease, most of all on the flying trapeze, your face ends up flat very quickly. So we'll do a couple more games. Ooh, Diagraph for Birth. I don't actually think I had that yet. 648. Are people pinging me to assemble the squad? They are, but I'm going to be streaming for a bit. But yeah, so the thing is that I tried using Lulu's unique abilities to do something, unique. But what I found is that the specialized effects are often quite difficult to actually use effectively, and they usually aren't worth it. So you would think that you could do something like, okay, I'll do a bunch of really small 1/1 white flyers and go white-black, and I'll just blitz them down with the life loss. It'll be fine. It never actually worked out that way. I just got chipper shredded by pretty much everybody. We're going to have to mulligan this. We can't go in with no turn 1 plays and 2 land. 3 land is fine. Free mulligan. Clement, this is much better. We'll probably do Fabled Passage. I don't have more than... Yeah, Fabled Passage for a Plains. Okay, yeah, I think I see it. Fabled Passage for a Plains into Clement. Nah, the right call is to play Clement next turn. Even if a part of me is like, no, you should hold off and try to actually get triggers off Savior of Owenbach, it's like, nah, I should just keep up. Oh, this is Golos. Why am I getting matched into Golos? All right, Clement. Are you one of those people that plays Essence Capture or Censor? So this is a Golos list. Most Golos lists. The thing that's frustrating about Golos lists is you don't actually know what they're trying to do until they do it. So right now he's played like 2 funky lands, so maybe it's some form of landfall deck using Golos as ETB. Or maybe it's just ramp using Golos as everything. Or maybe I could just get stuffed because it's Golos. I think we'll try to play the bear next turn. Yeah, we'll definitely play the bear next turn. Actually, is that a change of plans? If I specialize into what's green and white is... See, the thing about the bear is going to be hard for him to remove, which is why I kind of want to play it, because it'll drag him into actually having to fight me quickly. But he can't just easily send it back to hand without burning a turn. He can't super easily destroy it without spending time. So Ward 2 is a hell of a drug. Yeah, that's fine. What do I discard here to specialize? I want to specialize into... What's the white version? White version is less stats. I want to specialize into green. I will give up Dryad of the Ilysian Grove, just because I don't really have mana problems. If I attack with Clement, it'll just die, right? There's no purpose to doing that. Interesting. Right now, we're going to give up Armingala. We're going to give up Scavenging Ooze. Well, this is a 7-drop to flip, so let's see what he does here. He can double block. That's the ideal situation, is he commits the double block. Yep. No, we care way more about killing that stupid-ass dragon. We get rid of Dryad. Maybe I should have let him keep... No. Do I specialize here? I could specialize into black. Actually, you know what? If I was him, I would want to wipe the board right here. So let's make that as difficult for him to do as feasibly possible. You can wipe the board, but I will still have a 4/4 that I can buff into a 5/5. Also, a 4/4 means I can swing it into Golos. We'll see. I'm playing this very aggressively. I might just get punished for that. It's always kind of hard to tell if that is going to happen or not. Yep, Baleful. Who did he get rid of? Yep, he's getting back your Dryad. Okay. Hey! We will take a game off Golos. And the fact that somebody... He really should have just played that out. Like... I feel like that was an early concession, but maybe his hand was all 6 drops. It shouldn't matter. Unless his hand was literally all 7 drops, he only needed 1 land. He could have just played the last turn. Oh well. It is not my call to make. Sorry, somebody just sent me something very dumb on Discord that's also very funny. Ooh, this is the uses. Ooh, this could be a bad matchup for me though. I like this as an opening hand, except for the fact that there is no green land. I'm gonna keep. I'm gonna make a risky call and keep because I think this is probably a very aggro deck. In which case, hoping that I can get one more. I would like to have the Day of Judgment in this matchup. So basically, lethal damage dealt to creatures you control is determined by their power rather than their toughness, aka the deck that makes all of the people who went. I really wish this 7/2 was useful. Makes those people very happy, but it's going to make me very sad. Yep, there's the ramp. Silthora, Strength Incarnate. Well, reconfigure. Regisaur Alpha. The dinosaurs you control have haste. No blocks. There's my green. How do I want to do this? I want to commit as little as possible to the board, so let's do this. I'll give the implication that I'm going to block his 3/3. Hopefully that baits him into setting up more board state, and then we'll wipe. Nope, he's just going to set up more ramp. I misread this, and those are indestructible. So I can't reset them. I guess we'll do this. Yep, there's Godzilla. Come on, play one more thing. Yep, there's Clothis. I probably need to board wipe after this turn. Seal of Haste. Maybe I give it one more. Yeah, we give it one more since we have Siegfried. How do I want to do this, actually? Does this have trample? Yes, it does. Alright, wait for it. Wait for it. Perfect. Does he have lethal now is the second important question. Probably. So I need to block. So that's gonna, that will kill me. That will not kill me, so I need to remove just a little bit of his green, preferably as little as possible. Let's do this. Oh, protection from gods. Not a god, not a god, not a god. Let's remove his commander, because he might just put it back in the command zone if we're lucky. And now I just need to block enough that I don't die. So we'll block that there. We'll block that there. 11 is not lethal. May as well do that. Right? So I will take, spend 4, spend 2. Yeah, we'll do this. Still 4 life. Yep. Move to command zone. Yes, please. Reconfigure 2. Hopeful Initiate. Day of Judgment. doesn't have haste, right? No, it doesn't. So now I have to think of a way out of the situation. And I'll be honest, I don't have any. I also just lose in 2 turns. I also just lose in 1 turn. That's a problem. Should have played Clement first. Not like it makes much of a difference at this point. Does one of these have lifelink? Yes, the white specialization does. I don't have access to the white specialization. So reconfigure. I just killed myself with that. Whoops. Alright. I should have misspent the mana when I should have sacked the food. Alright. Let's play another game. What time is it? Just about 7:02. We have 1-drops, we have 2-drops, we have spells that are actually useful. Let's keep. And it's Thassa, which means it's probably a bounce list. Which means it's time to demonstrate the principle of having absolutely no chill. I might actually use the specialization this game. I don't need to do a 4-drop, right? Playing both of these would be cool, though. Let's do this. Nope. We're going to tap for green. See if that baits a removal spell. It doesn't, which means I don't think he has one. Let's see what his turn 3 is going to be. He needs to survive till turn 6, I think. And so next turn I will, its specialize is 2. Yeah. So we will... If I play the forest, I could just play... Yeah, this is probably smarter. It forces him to do... Yep. What's he going to return? Elder Gargoth? Yep. And you've just shown me what your engine is. Thank you very much. Oh, wait, I can just Blizzard Brawl, right? That's probably smarter. Yeah. +1 to reanimate, Blizzard Brawl, Nightclub Bouncer, back into the hand. We now have a target. That was such good English am I. Discard. Yeah, discard Elder Gargoth. Next to combat. Now he's down to 5, and he's on 4, which means he's probably going to need... I think he needs 1 more mana to actually play most of the big return to hand spells. And that's game. Yeah, so this is the best Lulu deck I could come up with. I tried a lot of variants for it, but it actually can win a fair number of matchups. As I think we've seen, it suffers the most probably. It has removal tools. What it probably doesn't have is it probably loses against very, very fast decks and very, very long game decks. So if you watch my stuff, I did a video where I played a bunch of decks from the MTG Brawl subreddit, which is a cool place to find stuff. And there's a Jadzi deck in that list that I thought was going to be terrible. And every time I've played it, like even after the stream, I actually kept that one just because it's kind of fun to just be like, have a deck that seems to be able to just steamroll people. I kept that deck. Every time I've played it, It just rolls over everything. Let's keep. Prosper is probably a lousy matchup depending on how aggro he is. Snow-covered plains. Interesting. So is he going? He has some. That probably means he has a turn 2 play. His lands are all special, and he cares the least about. I can't play Yorvo on turn 3 if I don't play Lotus Cobra now. But if I play Clement, that's a lot of extra stats. Decisions. Extra stats, I think, on Lotus Cobra and stuff like that is probably more important than. Yeah. We'll see. You know what I could just do? Oh, he's playing Snowlands. Okay, yeah, I know what I do here. What I do here is I make him very unhappy and do this. And have fun committing removal, either committing removal to Redene or, you know, having all your snow lands undertapped until you do that. Yeah, that's kind of what I figured. All right, if I pull a land, we're in a good position. If I don't pull a land, we are kind of what I would technically refer to as hosed. And he just got a really good top deck. Well, we'll do this. I probably should have specialized. What's the green one? It's the green one. The green one's a 4/4. Yeah, I should have specialized. Oh, well. Can I March of Otherworldly Light my way out of this? Is that the right thing to do? I would have to give up Shatter the Sky. I think I'm already in a bad enough position. Pay 1, 2, 3, 4. Submit 1. I don't know. Making it more expensive and difficult for him to play Prosper again, I think I'm actually okay with. But, oh, he'll just Solemn Simulacrum and then play another land, and then it'll be right back at it. Options. Specialize 2. Or I could just Reclamation Sage, give him a card, and keep hitting face. I choose the stupid option. I feel like I'm already pretty behind, so I'm just going to kind of see how far I can ramp up the pressure. Yep, and he'll use Chandra's -3, wipe the board. Yep. Somehow I am not surprised. I'm committing. I'm committing to this very stupid aggro strategy. Do it. You won't. You won't give up an entire Planeswalker to get rid of one high-value creature. That's what I thought. No, you'll just play the valuable board wipe. Fair enough. One thing I always forget about Into the North is that you can fetch the dual lands with it, which is basically what you should always be doing with it, but I always forget, and I don't. Prosper is obnoxious. I don't know enough about him to know how I'm supposed to play against him yet, because he just sort of generates value. I guess he is playing black-red, which means he probably has minimal enchantment removal. Poor decision time. Do I play Biogenic Ooze? Yeah, it doesn't quite work the way you think it does, mate. Part of it does, though. Alright, let's do this. If he's smart, he'll figure out that he can -3 without wiping all of his own board and keep Torbjorn out. Nope, he's just going to go for the -X. Okay. Should I trade that? I'm already pretty low on life. I am already pretty low on life. So what's a little bit more life? Black Market Connections seems like it's becoming an auto-include in a lot of lists at this point. Let's do this. I wonder what he'd actually block with if I went for Chandra. He wouldn't. He probably has lethal somehow. He's got a lot of cards in hand. It would not be particularly difficult. He only needs 4 more damage, and I lose. Does he have that? He can just go face. Whoops. I misplayed. I have to block. How do I block this? Well, I may as well trade, right? Four, and I'm almost dead. I don't think I have an out. So instead of settling for winning, our goal is to now just blow up Prosper one more time if we can figure out a way to do it. Well, this won't quite do it, but at least it'll be funny. You know, it'd be interesting to add to this deck some more 0 cost or like creatures that are 0 drops. Huh. I just came up with an idea for a historic deck I want to make. I can't do it yet. But if you had 4 copies of Armingala and then just things like Ornithopter, like all the 0 drop creatures or X drop creatures, that'd be kind of neat. My dude, you have won. Please, let this be over. Probably should have done that in the other order, though. I wish I could ping things. Yeah, there we go. How has this been going? We've done a fair number of games. I will do one more game because then I have some other social obligations I need to take care of. Actually, you know what? Maybe that's how long are we going? That's a 34-minute stream. It's a little short. We'll do one more game. One more game, then we'll rate Lulu, and maybe I'll open. Well, I won't open that pack on stream. People aren't here for pack openings. They're here for incredible historic Brawl input and thoughts. Sometimes of which I deliver, and most of the times of which I'm not sure I'm as good at it. It's interesting. I was actually watching one of the new short version is there's a group of streamers that I follow. They're called HoloLive. If you know what HoloLive is, all good. If you don't know what HoloLive is, also all good, because what this person was talking about isn't directly related to HoloLive. But it was an interesting insight, at least to me, which was basically that their goal is to have, like, in terms of it, basically what they said is if they stream for an hour, they like to think of it as a 2-minute chunk. And in that hour, in that 2-minute chunk, each 2 minutes, there should be something that is entertaining or interesting to at least 10% of their audience. Enters tapped. Which is an interesting way to think about it, because it's like, I wonder, does that mean that you like script a couple jokes beforehand if you think that you can do something that's more funny? We're going to give up... I don't really want to give up Battle Mammoth. I don't want to give up any of these. So it's Battle Mammoth because that one is the least immediately relevant. Next turn, this will probably be the discard. Target opponent discards 2 cards. Nope, just Elderfang Disciple. I can fetch stuff back later. I cannot... I'm going to give up that. And now let's go take a look at what our opponent has to work with. We can slow them down. So they have Spectre's Shriek, Timerat, Infernal Grasp, and Phyrexian Scriptures. What's their 3-drop? They don't have one. What is their drawing cards? Actually, their 3-drop is probably... Let's get rid of their board wipe. I think that's probably the most favorable for us. I probably should have kept the Savior. So if I was him, he has the Infernal Grasp, so no blocks. I think we can outrun him. We'll force the Infernal Grasp to get used. There's Timerat. Okie dokie. Artichoke. Oracle of Moldiah. Nope, not a land. We're gonna go... Yeah, we'll go for face. I wonder if he's going to pull out the Spectre's Shriek. Probably not until he can get out Tigrid. And if that's the case, he'll know I'll have Settle the Wreckage next turn. This is going to be an interesting game. Because I think he's the question is, does he care about me having Settled the Wreckage? If I was him, I would care more about... Ooh, that... He just made this a lot worse for himself, I think. Oh, but I don't have the land for it. Ah, well. I do have the land for Lizelle. Oh, I should have played Lulu. Dang, I'm an idiot. I'll play Lulu next turn. I'll specialize Lizelle into green. I love this card. This is just such a fantastic card. Yep, there's the Oracle. Looks like he's just trying to accelerate. So what I'm not going to let you do is we'll play you. You have to let it resolve. And I'll specialize it into green to prevent you from grabbing Cavalier of Thorns out of my hand. And all of a sudden, I'm on the pace. Sacrifice a creature. Sure, I'll just get rid of that. I still have a 6/6 that will bounce if you try to remove it. So, good luck. Because you'll need it. Is there a correct play order here? Yes. Lulu first. Then this. You won't actually block this, I don't think. You will. Alright. I think that's good for me, though. I think that means that he's been forced to the defensive. Yep. 1, 2. But your Timorat is getting weaker. I don't love that he's chewing through my graveyard, though. Oh, well. I can't specialize Lulu. Well, we'll play that. So right now, he has 6 worth of blocking. If I throw 6 worth of damage in, will it get through? The answer is no. Well, let's go grab some green so that he can't do it later. No text, and turn. If he plays Tigrid, I'm going to be mildly annoyed. What I need is a green, either a green land or a green card. I need him to not play Tigrid. Gain 1 life for each creature card exiled this way. Yeah, except I guess this does mean he has absolutely nothing in terms of resources. And Phyrexian Scriptures is just completely out of reach, so he can't reset the board. Come on, target Laziel. Yep. Oh no, I don't have any cards to discard. I will just hit you for 5. Ooh, it's starting to rain out. All right, so it looks like this is going to be turning into a game of him trying to stall me out. And frankly, I think that's actually a matchup that he wins. I should have blocked the Nightmare. Ah, well. I will play this because I don't want to have anything in hand that he can make me discard. Yep. He has more sapping. Interesting. Okay. I choose to sacrifice an online permanent. Okie dokie. This is what we call a high skill top deck. Because remember, it's all about skill when you randomly top deck the 6/6 with haste in your deck that you kind of forgot is there and actually might have been the only card that could save you. All right, that seems like a good place to end the stream. Let me just switch on over to the big. We'll switch on over to the big tier list. And then we'll do the thing that I always forget to do in advance, and we'll add Lulu. 1 second. Let me just go find where I actually saved that image. I did save it in advance. Save as, yep. So the thing that annoys me mildly, I love OBS, but it defaults, it's, I bet you can change that actually. Anyway, here we go. Lulu, Wild Hollyphant. So I'll be honest, before the stream, I was actually pretty confident that I was going to put this into D tier, but I think I'm going to adjust it. Also, if my power suddenly goes out, that was lightning and thunder, and there's a lot of rain outside all of a sudden. So this stream may get a very impromptu end called like that. But anyway, let's try to wrap this up real quick. I'm going to put Lulu in... Lulu gets to go in C tier, and here's why. C tier is for cards that are fine, but just not fantastic as commanders. From that game, you probably saw that I didn't actually use Lulu very much. There were a few situations where it came in clutch, but most of that was just actual other good green-white cards, right? Just playing a very solid mid-range, early, a semi-early mid-range green-white aggro, right? It mostly wasn't Lulu. Lulu can be kind of useful. The flying on stuff can be kind of useful. But from playing as much as I did with this and playing as many variants of the deck and in the other colors, Lulu was going to be D tier. I'm willing to promote it up just a little bit, but not very much. That's going to put Lulu in C tier. I think probably that if I try to do stuff with Lulu again, I won't be using Lulu as a commander, but I might throw it into more decks because I think being able to give your commander flying perpetually is probably actually kind of cool. So that's going to be all for today. If you like my stuff, please subscribe. If you think my mic quality is cruddy, I agree, and I'm getting a new one that should be coming in at some point next week. Thanks as always, and so until next time, take care, and I will talk to you then. See you.